evening and welcome to Songwriter Spotlight, where we spotlight a West Tennessee singer-songwriter every first and third Thursday evening. We're hosted by the West Tennessee Delta Heritage Center right here in Brownsville, Tennessee. We're a music heritage destination and we showcase the culture of our rural West Tennessee Delta region. We hope that you will visit us soon, and to learn more about our center, you can visit westtnheritage.com. My name is Sonia and I will be your host for this evening. Please help me welcome Kenny Hayes, a Memphis musician and artist. Kenny, thank you for being our spotlight tonight. It's a pleasure to have you on our sound stage.
Thank you guys. This is a good opportunity. I don't get my music out, so this will be good.
Tell us who Kenny Hayes is.
All right, Kenny Hayes, kind of early part up in Decatur County in that area, but been in Memphis all my life. Railroaded 42 years and retired in 13, married to Ann. We've been married, it'll be 49 years in August, so we've hung together for a long time. And we kind of hang around the house and do my art and play my music and go shoot pool every once in a while. That's about it.
Well, tell us when you started doing music.
I started a little bit later, just on a cheap guitar, learned a few chords, and then literally didn't know anything else for several years, and then started getting with some people and learning some things. Then with my son Chris, started playing out with his band called The Normal on Bill Street and around everything. It gave me the incentive to get out to the open mic, so I started doing Daily Planning, Cockeyed Camel, those type things. And then in the later part with Nancy Apple at Cut Six, at a picking party there, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
What about your guitar playing? Self-taught?
Self-taught, just try to learn anything that I can. Actually, my right hand has come to a point where I can do songs that I've wanted to do for years and years, but it took a long time to do. I've worked hard at it.
Tell me when you started writing songs and why it was important for you to write your own music.
Well, a couple of different reasons. I wasn't real great at covering songs, so I thought if I could write. And then there was a time after high school that I read the books I should have been reading in high school, and I thought I wanted to write, and I tried a short story, and I realized that my vocabulary was just not there. But it didn't take long to figure out I can take 4 lines of a verse and a chorus and almost tell the same story in a song, so that's what I tried to do.
So tell us a little bit about the first song you're going to play.
This is a song about getting with people and staying with them and understanding that they could be gone, taken away from you really quick. When I was a young teenager, my granddad, Art Mangrum, passed, and that was the first time I realized that I wasn't going to get to see him anymore. I wasn't going to get to hear his funny stories about things. So that's kind of resonated in several of my songs, and this happens to be the newest one that I've written about that. So live each day like it could be your last. Say the things you need to say, don't ever hold back. Tell them that you love them, tell them that you care. Let them know that you'll always be there. Look into the eyes of a child and you will surely know the strength you need to carry on is there in their souls. Tell them that you love them, tell them that you care. Let them know that you'll always be there. And if you show the truth, they will always come to you, knowing that you'll understand. So hold them tightly in your arms from this crazy world upon, knowing that God he's got a plan. So live each day like it could be your last. Say the things you need to say, don't ever hold back. Tell them that you love them, tell them that you care. Let them know that you'll always be there. When I was a kid, I think about it now and then. It's a memory so deep in my mind. Looking down on his old face as they sang Amazing Grace, just wishing that I had a little more time. So live each day like it could be your last. Say the things you need to say, don't ever hold back. Tell them that you love them, tell them that you care. Let them know that you'll always be there. You'll always be there. Always be there.
You mentioned Nancy Apple and some other artists that you have played with over the years. How have they influenced your music?
Sure they do. Nancy, early into the kudzus, I would be sitting right beside her, and I'd get through with one of my older songs. She'd say, it has so many words that I'm missing some of it sometimes. So from that point on, I made it a point to try to be as sparse as I could. It helps your songwriting a whole lot. And on this particular song, when I'm listening to is what gets in my head, and the jangly little tunes that Mark Edgar Stewart did on his Blues for Lose album. We got to see him 3 or 4 times during that, and they got in my head, so I ended up making this little song up. They never have to lose. Go as hard as you can now, brother. Some might be catching up with you. Try to keep your eyes on the prize now. You may never have to lose. Try to make every day special. Keep a nighttime for your friend. When the sunny morning is shining, we're getting to it again. There are days that are dark. Think you can go on, but keep a love in your heart. You'll never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever, never have to be alone. Little girl, now she's so pretty, smiling me each and every day. Got a love, hey, it's steady, won't ever go away. So take my hand, little darling. We'll run down this old path. Don't know where it started. Ain't never turned back. All the years slip by. Do the best you can. No, I don't wonder why. 'Cause you'll never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever, never really understand. Sometimes I sit and wonder, how can this be so good? One thing I know for certain, I wouldn't change it if I could. There were days that were dark. Think you can go on, well, keep a love in your heart, and you'll never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever, never have to be alone. Go as hard as you can now, brother. Some might be catching up with you. Try to keep your eyes on the prize now. You may never, ever, never, ever, ever. You may never have to lose.
Your songs seem to be very inspirational. They have a message of hope.
Yeah, that's that's easy to write about. When you've been really blessed, I think that's what's in your head and stuff. I've had really good fortune musically and with my art and my job and my family and everything. So that's the way we used to go to open mics. You would know a young person was playing by the anguish in their voice of the heartaches. They were 17 years old and thought they knew what every bad thing in the world was, and you don't. When you get to a certain age, you start thinking about things like that. So yeah, I try to keep it in a positive light. Most of it's about people I know and things and feelings and stuff, and then I've got the other songs that are just out there they're just cool songs to play, those kind of things and stuff.
So did you ever do any of those songs of anguish when you were starting out?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think most might have been look at the hope, look at the bad side. I'm a big person. I believe in karma and those kind of things and stuff. People can bring their own self down. I don't need to do that. So no.
And I guess you always have your visual art to lean on when you get maybe in a slump.
Don't even try to write songs. They either come or they don't. But yeah, it's been broke down to a point where my music, my art, and my pool shooting, and then I try to get Ann in there every once in a while when we can and stuff. But that kind of occupies the time and the day and stuff. But my art is fun. It's going to the estate sales is like a treasure hunt and finding certain things, and I've met a lot of good people, interesting people. So it's something I'll continue to do as long as I have fun doing it.
And just to let everyone know, Kenny's art is considered assemblage art. He takes found objects and turns those into treasured art pieces.
Right. Anything that I'm looking at now in the estate sale is an arm and a leg and a head or a body that I know that I can use to put together and stuff. And then just old stuff, old cap guns and holsters that go back to the Roy Rogers and those kind of things and stuff.
Well, what about your next song that you're going to play?
I'm going to lose something, which we all are, my hair, your mind, but people that are close to you. And this is fairly new. During this time where I wasn't playing out and everything, I wrote about 5 or 6 different songs. So this is another one of that. And this deals with my mom and my dad and my girl Hannah, my granddaughter Hannah. So it's what it is. Love for boys was bigger than the moon. Her smile was just as bright. So when the darkness came rushing through, she headed for the light. To a little church there in the country, where she sang to the heavens on high. Far, far away from this maddening world, she found the light. Oh, we're all gonna lose something. Won't make it through this whole world unscathed. Look around, my brothers, and thank you for one more day. Be grateful for one more day. My old man, he raised 4 boys in the order, with every ounce of love from his heart and his soul. I guess that's what makes it so much harder harder, knowing he's sitting here all alone. And I wish I had a magic potion, wish I could turn back the hands of time. And I'd give him his wheels and I'd put him in motion. I'd take all those demons from his mind. We're all gonna lose something. We won't make it through this whole world unscathed. Look around, brother. If for one more day. How could mom and hers too not even be there in the end? Hell, it never really worked if you want to know the truth. I guess sometimes that's just the way it is. People say it's gonna get better. They say it's gonna all ease in time. So why is my heart still breaking? Why do I sit here and cry? Oh, we're all gonna lose something. We won't make it through this whole world unscathed. Look around, brother. And thank you for one more day. For the love, for the life, for the faith, for the ones who've given you the strength. Oh.
You mentioned that it's been different not being able to go out and play your music like you normally would have before the pandemic. I know that those jam sessions and that interaction with other artists must have led to lots of inspiration.
Sure. Yeah, like I say, listening to people in different songs and stuff. As a matter of fact, this song, a friend of mine, Jesse Smith, and I get together in his living room and play. And over a period of the last 10 or 12 years, he has enough faith in me to do what I tell him or asked him to do. And he's written some really good songs. So I took this one and kind of changed the melody maybe a little bit, but it's basically his, what his ideas in his mind. Some folks drink their coffee, me I like my Spanish tea. Some don't partake at all, but I will drink my whiskey, as you may see, what helps to soften the fall. I've been rolled hard and put away, done things that I regret, live my life just as hard as I can go. Father time is searching for me, I got news, I ain't ready to leave. I said, wait, I ain't done yet. I've run the fast car, I've had to walk, left for dead on the side of the road. I hear this fool talking, just to hear himself talk. Swear I don't think he'll ever really know. I've been rode hard and put away, done things that I regret. Live my life just as hard as I can do. Oh man, be searching for me. I got news, I ain't ready to leave. I said, boy, I ain't done yet. I got a few old tricks that I still know. I got cards on the table that I ain't show. I got a plan, it's right here in my mind. Oh man, be looking for me. I got news, I ain't ready to leave. I said, wait, I ain't done yet. Once he praised his own heroes unsung, and sometimes I forget to pray. May live forever, too old to die young, probably just fade away. I've been rode hard and put away, done things that I regret. Live my life just as hard as I can go. Oh man, be searching for me. I got news, I ain't ready to leave. I said, boys, I said, boys, I said, boys, I ain't done yet. Oh, 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 oh. It's my blue-eyed soul song. Don't even have to say the words. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night just to make sure that you're still here by my side. And I think to myself, how can this be? Sweet little girl like you here with no boy like me. And I don't even have to say the words, 'cause I know that you know I love you more than any old. I love you. Ain't nothing in this whole wide, wide world. I love you. You know I always will. We were so young, didn't have a clue, but I knew we could make it, girl, as long as I had you. And I talk to the man each and every day, and I'm thankful for the good, for the love that has come my way. Yeah, I don't even have to say the words, 'cause I know that you know I love you more than any old. I love you. Ain't nothing in this whole wide, wide world. I love you. You know I always will. Sometimes I walk out into a bright sunshiny day. I hear your voice, I hear the words that you say. You say, boy, you better come over here and take me by my hand. And you know it, boy, it all all comes so clear, you know I understand. Yeah. I don't even have to say the word, 'cause I know that you know I love you more than any old boy. I love you, ain't nothing in this whole wide, wide world. I love you. You know I always will, always, always I love you. You get the meaning of it.
I like that your music has kind of a jazzy tone.
Very much. If I can, I take that as very much a compliment. Jimmy Rogers, believe it or not, and Leon Redbone, that kind of thing has led to that kind of feel to it and stuff. And the Thrill Is Gone, just things like that. So learning something takes me to a different spot. Had a friend that I would do Route 66. Well, he put this on there. Well, it turned into, I went right home and wrote a song for that. So it does, very much so.
Kenny, have other artists recorded some of your songs?
I have. I've been very fortunate that people like the songs good enough to do it. My friends a long time ago from 4 Foot Gypsy recorded a song called Promised Land, and then at the time I was playing it was called Memphis Troubadours, and it's a flying saucer, Wayne Leloy, and he was smart enough to record a bunch of us, and so that song's on there. And then in the 90s, Pawtuckets, who were the Americana band of Memphis, Mark Stewart, Mark McKinney, Kevin Cubbage, and Andy Grooms recorded My Shovel Goes Down on their second LP. It's called Rest of Our Days. It's track number 11 on there. And so that was cool. And then I got a chance to do a compilation CD with Brian Hayes and John Dillard and Rice Drury, and I had my buddy Craig Yarbrough play on it. So there's a couple of songs on that, which was my first time in a studio, and I realized I'd rather play for you today than in a studio, but that's fine. And then my buddy Matt Isbell, he's the head man of Ghost Town Blues Band, and they finished second in the IBC, the Blues Foundation's show there 4 or 5 years ago, so they travel all around. And he took my Dust to Dust song and used it for the album. His second album is called Dust to Dust. So, you know, it's out there on that part of it and everything. And I've recorded it at home, but I'd rather play.
Are there places on social media or out on the internet that people can hear more of your music?
If you do Kenny Hayes, there'll be a couple of radio interviews and a few things like that.
Is there somewhere that you perform regularly during non-COVID times?
Yeah, I've been lucky enough for the people at Central Barbecue downtown and Midtown. I do a once a month at the one downtown. They're nice enough, and it's for tourists and it's for me because they're not really paying attention a whole lot. But it's through playing through a system and getting it out of my system for once a month, twice a month. It does it good.
Thank you all for joining us tonight for Songwriter Spotlight. I hope you've enjoyed hearing the songs and inspiration of Kenny Hayes. Please join us again in 2 weeks when we will spotlight another West Tennessee musician. Kenny, we appreciate you being here tonight. Is there something else that you've written lately that you'd like to play us out with?
I'm going to play it out with a brand new song. Big fan of Ray Wiley Hubbard. I've already mentioned him, and he has a song, and at the end of it, I don't know whether he made it up or whether he read it somewhere or something, but he says that every day that his gratitude outweighs his expectation is a good day, and I'm having a good day, and I'm having a good day today. So that had been in my head for 2 or 3 years, and I wanted to kind of do something with it, and I used it, but the name of the song is Just Along for the Ride. Every morning when I open my eyes, like I crack a jackbox with a brand new prize, just wondering what he's gonna bring us today. Sweet Anna here by my side, she's the one who makes everything right, keeps between the ditches every ramble down the slow road. Got my boy, he's got his girls, we got the people we love all around this world. Got more than any one man dark back in this light. I may laugh and I may cry, but with his love I'll get by. See, I ain't driving, boys, I'm just along for the ride. 42 years of pounding them rocks, making my mark on them old car boxes. But now I'm free of the bird on the wing. Live every day like it might be your last. Don't know the future, can't change the past. So I'll just keep on singing my little song